Welcome to Nick Matt's Corner. I'm Nick, wearing my wizarding robe in a corner. Today we're going to talk to you about The Shape of Family by Shilipi Samoya Goida. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm doing my best. This is a beautiful book about a family just trying to keep it together while they're falling apart. I at first didn't know if it was going to be the right book for me, and at the end of it I loved the story very dearly and was quite amazed by Shilipi's voice, and I was also very much in love with the story and am going to hand this story on to many other people. So let's get into the video. This is a beautiful story of family dealing with loss and grief, in all of their own individual ways. We follow Karina, Jaya, Keith, and Prem. Prem is the youngest of the family and the one who we lose early on and sets into motion our story. Prem is also an observer of his family as sort of a spirit looking over top of the story, and it is a touching way to keep his character alive in the story. Karina is our main player in the story, and we follow her with her day-to-day life after the loss of her brother, and it is almost realistic as to what happens to her, because there is not a lot of good, there's not a lot of bad, it's just everything, a mixture of both. We also touch base with Jaya and Keith, they're the parents, and see how they each individually deal with their grief. I think Shilipi has a strong voice, and it shows through in this beautiful piece of work, and I'm telling everyone, go get this book. It's really, really good. Shilipi Goida knows how to build a strong story around her characters, because this is very much a character-based story. Karina is a young woman fumbling her way through life the best she can. She carries her guilt for what happened to her brother, and she moves through the story almost as if you're glimpsing into someone's real life. It's hopeful and tragic all at once, and it's about a family just trying to keep it together, and it's a very sad story with a bittersweet ending, but it's a very satisfying story to read from beginning to end. This is a novel that was sent to me as an advanced reader copy from HarperCollins to read and review for you. When I started the book, I wasn't really hooked on it. When I got to page 40-something, I was hooked and engrossed in the story entirely. I connected with each character individually for different reasons, and I felt the pain that was conveyed through the words for each person. I could feel the mother's pain for the loss of her child and not being able to move on. I could feel the father's pain of not being able to have his wife or his daughter there for him all the time. And I was able to feel Karina's pain as we follow her through her life, day-to-day life. The weight she carries with her is not a weight she needs to actually carry, but it is something that she holds on to, almost like a memory, but it's something painful that she can't really get away from. This was one of the most well-written novels that I have read in a very long time. It's not my general style, but I'm definitely going to pick up more books by her, as I'm a fan of her writing now. She is a very wonderful writer, and I look forward to more work by her. This book feels real when you're reading it, almost as if it's autobiographical, even though it's a fiction. You're looking into a family's life, and the story has its ebbs and flows and sadness and happiness all throughout the entire story. And I can connect with the feeling of wanting to fit in, making mistakes, and trying my best to keep my head on straight mentally. This is a book that is quite enjoyable from beginning, middle, and end. I love the story, and I'm sure anyone who can connect emotionally with characters will find this book growing on them, and it's a wonderful look into a fictional life of a family. It's very rewarding to read. Definitely a great book. Highly recommend it. Shillippi's voice is wonderful, mature, and has a way that it's written that it's almost like it's about herself, even though it's a fictional story. Any voice that can make a story seem real is succeeding at telling their story successfully. And I think she has a wonderful voice that I'm definitely going to be looking more into, for sure. I believe Shillippi had achieved her goal. She took home the end of the story and finished it off in such a way that it is rewarding and sad all at once. Her voice can definitely make it seem real, and she succeeded in telling this story. And I think that this is something that if people find out well enough, that this will be a A1 seller, because it is a wonderful story with amazing storytelling. And I am definitely going to go look for like The Secret Daughter and stuff like that by her, because I know that they're going to be great books. Definitely. I'm going to be recommending this story to anyone who loves a great family story, or a story about finding your way through life. There is nothing mundane about this story. It captures your attention and is able to pull you through the story chapter by chapter to wonder what's going to happen next in this family's life. And it's truly the characters that carry this story on its back, and this is a book that could be for anyone, because it has a great story about a young woman growing up. It has a story about a ghost of a brother overlooking a family and seeing what's happening to them. We have the father and the mother going through grief in their own separate ways. And I think that the language, the content in it is not overly bad that a teenager couldn't read this. I think it is a wonderful story, and I think a lot of people should sit down and read it. It took me only a few days to do. It's like 350 pages long, nice and short, and it is really well written. So if you like a well written story, go and check this out. I'm going to be telling everyone to read this masterpiece of literature. Thank you, HarperCollins and Shillippi Goida, for giving me this book to read as an advanced reader. It was very enjoyable and very rewarding to read. It's on shelves now, so if you're interested in it, go get it, because it's really, really good. And since that will be the end of everything today, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to post my social medias down below so that you can join me in conversations elsewhere. And I'm going to be either doing the Fellowship of the Ring on Monday or the Green Mile. So we will see how that goes. Anyway, thank you everyone for showing up, and thank you for coming to the corner. Have a great day. Bye.